Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the Always Be Testing podcast. I'm your host, Tye DeGrange, and I'm really excited to talk to Jen Goodwin today. Jen, how are you?
I'm good, Ty. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I'm doing well. I can't complain. We're in the heat of holiday time, as you know, Thanksgiving week. So,
Crazy times. Although I will say, as busy as it is, this year feels a little different than most years. At least for what I'm seeing. Feels a little different. Still busy,
yeah,
but just a different feel.
yeah. I'm curious to know what your thoughts on there. I definitely I don't disagree with you.
You know, our clients are super busy. All of our publishers are very, very busy. Obviously, we have lots of new startups, and so they're hustling just to get it, get everything onboarded and in control so they can
Hmm.
see how they do in a Q4 to be launched.
Yep.
And then a lot of our enterprise accounts we have been working with, they're crazy busy, but it's just a different feel. I feel like a lot of brands still don't even know quite, even though we're here, right? They're all
Yep.
kind of last minute doing things, which
Yep.
I feel like over the years has been more and more true, but this year just
Hmm.
feels different. I just think it's the climate.
Yeah.
I think it's everything going on.
Yeah,
For
for sure. For sure. Valid. We're gonna get into all that. As we said, it'll be nice to have a little break. Do you have any plans for the holiday or anything coming
sure.
up that's interesting?
Yeah. Well, my girls are, I have twin girls in college at Michigan State University, and they're on their way home today, which
Nice.
is very exciting. Although, mind you, they just did a dad's weekend in Michigan this past weekend, so we were just there. But they're coming home, and this is our first time ever. It's just the four of us for Thanksgiving Day, which I'm actually super
Wow.
excited about.
That sounds
I'm
amazing.
excited.
That's
Yeah,
perfect.
and then we'll head back to Michigan to be with the rest of my extended family the Friday after Thanksgiving and the weekend.
Amazing. I love
Yeah. How
it.
about you? You
I
doing
love
anything
it.
fun?
We're kind of laying low. My wife is very pregnant with our number three, and so we are
Congrats.
thrilled. Due date is the week after Thanksgiving, so we are fingers crossed and getting to the finish line.
Oh,
And
wow.
so,
So you have to lay low. You don't have a choice,
yeah, yeah, exactly. The laying low is a requirement, not a luxury.
right?
Um, I will be doing definitely more of the cooking duty than usual to for obvious reasons,
That's very
but it's
kind
just
of
going to
you.
be mellow. We're going to get, we've got some items and it'll be fun. Just hanging out with the kiddos, so should be
That's
good.
awesome. Well,
Yeah,
congrats. It's very exciting.
thank you,
Let's hope you don't
thank
have a
you.
Black Friday baby. It's kind of a busy day for you.
I
You'll be
know.
fine.
One of our friends just gave birth today. Actually, we just found out this morning early, and they didn't know what they were going to have. They had a little boy, and so we're super excited because we're expecting a little boy. So
Oh, that's exciting.
it'll
They'll
be
have
fun.
look, a built-in friend, immediate built-in
Yeah,
friend. That's awesome.
there you go. Well, the audience, you all are in for a treat. Jen has got a great background. Leading high energy agency. Obviously, they're helping publishers with launching, growing, optimizing affiliate monetization, which she's going to tell you all about. But previously, she's had a great career, including leading partnerships at Honey, which was acquired by PayPal, and just a great industry reputation. So a lot of good things to talk about, and happy to have you on.
Yeah, excited to be here and happy to talk about anything.
Love it. When you think about the core thing that publishers come to you all for help, what is that thing, and what would you say is the essence of what you guys are doing for them?
That's a great question. Because we have such unique publishers and we've got some big enterprise publishers and then we have startups that are very new in the industry. So it's definitely not a one size fits all. I think what I can tell you is the reason that Dex and I started this publisher and it's a publisher, it was a publisher agency, I will tell you as we talk through a little bit more. We are doing a relaunch and a rebranding, which is very, very exciting because of our platform that we have built. And so, yeah, so it's
Love it.
super exciting. I think, the big enterprise companies, we have Western Union that's come on board, super exciting. PayPal is my old company and now one of our clients, which is very, very exciting. Obviously, they're
That's
very
awesome.
enterprise and Forbes vetted, and so they utilize us maybe a little bit differently than a
Hmm.
startup would coming in. Western Union is starting a rewards platform. They had one, but
Love
they've
it.
never been in the like truly dug deep into the affiliate space. And so they came to us to kind of help them with their team. They have a team that's working with us closely, and we're an extension of that team, and really helping them understand the affiliate space, how to navigate it, introducing them to
Yep.
all the right players. They're using
Yep.
our platform to help get all of their data, to use the networks, everything's involved. And so there's that type of help that we do, which is a lot of our platform, but then also our services and our team. You can have our ops team, you can have our sales team, we have an account management team. So really
Nice.
we're there to help from, A to Z, or very specific, needs that our publishers are looking for.
Love
And then
it.
our startups, I think, you know, dupe.com is one of our amazing partners. He came to us, has it been a year ago, 2 years ago? I don't even know. I started 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago. So um,
Time
I'll say it was,
flies.
yeah. And they came to us as carrot.link. And he had said to us, hey, I heard you guys are really good at this. I'm a publisher who's trying to figure out how to make money. We have a 3-week runway. Help me figure out what is this, so very different. And I said, do you have any other names? And he sure did. Dupe.com was sitting there. And he's thriving now. And so it's really such a fun company that we've created, because it is not a one size fits all for each of our clients.
No, that's
So
great.
really
And
we're able to kind
makes
of like
sense.
create that for them.
Yeah, it's great. And I think like being able to be flexible and somewhat custom and obviously how exciting is it that you're seeing success and excitement around the platform and that's a big deal. You don't have to share, you know, everything today, but what you can share is certainly
Yeah.
interesting because especially if that's an area of focus for you guys.
It is. It is. Yeah. So we definitely have started very much being an agency. One thing we noticed in the space is there's hundreds of agencies, as you know, Ty. You've been doing this a long time, but there wasn't any one agency that was focused on publisher, and tons of
Hmm.
people I knew that were consulting and helping the publisher side. And so
Hmm.
that was hence why we started it. We were like, what do we have to lose? If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And that's okay. And we'll figure it out and do something else. But what we realized is publishers have needed help and do need help. And especially now in the climate that we're in with AI coming into space, the space, it's a very different feeling, and everyone just needs to be good at pivoting and getting comfortable being
Yeah.
uncomfortable, right? We
Yeah.
don't know what it looks like, the future looks like. We have ideas. But I think that us building our platform was really to help not just publishers, but we're definitely starting with our publishers, right? We want to make sure that they have an amazing, super dashboard that connects into all the APIs of all the networks, and that they can really work closely with us to make sure that they're getting the right commissions, that they're getting into the right programs, that they're, getting all of their space covered over like Q4, where we're helping them do inventory and extra inventory, and making sure that they are on top of their game as things get more and more competitive, and as we see, AI kind of take off in our space.
That's amazing. Are yeah, there's so many like places to go with that, and I think one thought I have is I'm sharing some thoughts later this week around how this wave that's happening to all of us and we're all part of it around AI is challenging. It's like the mid early levels it seems, and it's an awkward, challenging phase where you alluded to where it's like I think getting comfortable with that change or that getting comfortable with the uncomfortable is the vibe I'm feeling across the organizations and industry. And is that kind of the what you all are observing as well?
It is, and honestly, for our startups, they're already all in anyways, right? These guys are very keen on what's going on and very tuned in. I think for us with our platform, so I did tell you we are doing a launch and relaunching our website, and so we rebranded and we're highenergy.ai, and it's affiliate intelligence. Yeah, so that we can really
Amazing.
help our partners. And we leaned in. Dexter obviously is all about tech, and I'm learning tons. And I know that in order to survive in any industry, you have to be able to adapt and not get afraid and kind of lean into what's uncomfortable. And so that's what we've done from the beginning. So we're launching the new website, I believe, in the next week, hopefully,
Wow.
fingers crossed.
Amazing.
And yeah, we've leaned into it. We know that Dex and I have been using AI for quite a while, actually. I mean, when we started this, it was just him and I, and we brought in our ops guy Div to help us run it. And so we were doing everything. And Dex is very into AI, and he was like, let's test it out. Let's see what we're not, what we don't know won't help us. So we learned a lot,
Yep.
and we've utilized it to the best of our ability. Obviously, I think it helps to test no matter what, and we're figuring it out. But to date, we're seeing that if you lean in, you're going to be okay. I think
Yeah.
people just have to start testing and getting uncomfortable and figuring out what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, I love that. And the fact that the platform, it's more of a platform approach, it's more of an AI approach is super exciting and interesting. Can you share a little bit about maybe what to expect there, or what are you allowed
Yeah, I
to
mean the
share
dash.
thus
Yeah,
far?
sure, absolutely. So high energy affiliate intelligence platform. It was Rocket is the name of the platform. I still call it Rocket, but it's an uh, affiliate intelligence platform.
Love it.
Really, what it is if you think of high energy, our dashboard, we would kind of sit as a hub at the top where above all the networks where you would plug the API into all of your networks and then pull in that data and be able to really drill down and utilize it properly, right? So what we've been able to do for a lot of our partners to date is you can go in and apply for all programs. And you don't have to go into every single network anymore. You can go in and apply. You can see where you're rejected from all programs. You can see where it's been stopped. You can see, all those different things you're
Nice.
able to see now. And and we also know that people are struggling financially. There's no more teams. When I was at Honey, we had a team of 70 people on
Wow.
partnerships. That's not happening
Wow.
anymore. And
No.
so what we know is that a lot of these publishers and brands and agencies are working with less. And the whole purpose of what we did was to make sure that we can be an extension of any team, whether that's just using our platform or also using our services to help your actual team get things done, like the sales side, the account management side, the ops side. We have all of that for everyone, specifically on the publisher side. And now we're actually going to be rolling out for the agencies as well, because we've had a lot of agencies who signed up to use the platform, which was amazing. We were super excited. We weren't really thinking about it in that way. But what we realized from the agencies that have been using us to date is that it's great to be able to look for new business. We have thousands and thousands of brands in our platform, and we've got contacts, and we've got a lot of different commissions, things like that you can go and look. And so a lot of agencies see value in it to be able to start to figure out, all right, who aren't we working with? Why haven't we thought about reaching out to these people?
Love
So
that.
it's
No,
super exciting. It's very fun, and,
that's
and it's
amazing.
ever evolving too. Let's be clear. What we're doing is taking feedback from our publishers, feedback from our agencies, and hopefully networks as well. We've got a couple networks we've been talking to have them use it to give us their honest opinion, because it's only as good as what everyone tells us. If it's not good and they just pretend it's okay, we're not going to be able to continue to
Yeah.
update, make modifications. Where now we're getting really great feedback, and we're really listening to it and updating as much as we can.
Amazing. Amazing, Jen. And yeah, excited to continue to talk to you and the team on that. I know it's coming soon and imminent launch, so you're here breaking the news early.
Yeah,
It feels very timely.
perfect timing. Dex and I talked this morning, and he just let me know, and I was like, well, this is great timing. I can tell Ty.
Beautiful. We love it. Yeah, and I think, you've had such a good reputation across the industry, and relationships have been something that you're certainly invested in. And it's obviously paramount to the partner marketing ecosystem and the affiliate world, which, you and I know all too well.
We do.
Are there some things that you maybe want to share with the audience where that's really, you know, just been something you've observed, that, or a story that kind of relates to you taking more of like a relationship based approach rather than sort of like a more transactional based approach that you see sometimes out there?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is such a great question, Ty. It's funny because my whole life, I've always fought to not be a salesperson. Naturally, life is about sales. It doesn't matter. I've been in
Hmm.
many careers. I did interior design, I did social work. Everything in life is sales, whether you want it to be or not. And
Yeah.
I think for me, what I realized is I was able to at a young age in my career to say everything sales. Even if I say it's not sales, it is sales. Sadly, it's just part of life.
Hmm.
But I don't look at it that way. I do look at it. I've always looked at it as a relationship about one person connecting with you, to understanding what their needs are and what they're looking for, and then being able to deliver on it and get their trust. Like they know that you're not just there for the money. You're there to help them, to work closely with them, to actually bounce ideas off of each other. And so I've worked that way my entire career in affiliate marketing. And I, normally leave when I'm at the top of my game, Tie, and I didn't leave when I was at the top of my game. I held on. I've held on too long. Normally I leave around 8 years, 8 to 10 years. I'm out. I'm on year 17 now. So
Wow.
I don't know. I hope I have a good ending, but I normally leave at the top of my game, but I think I didn't leave because I became so passionate about this space when I
Yeah.
realized it's exactly what I love. It is
Yeah.
about relationships. And I've been in different sales roles throughout my careers, and this is different. This doesn't feel like I'm ever selling anything. Sure,
Yeah.
we have a platform. We ask people to
Yeah.
pay for it. So yes, we are, but in my mind, it's more about what's the problem, what's our solution, and how do we make
Yeah.
it better so that everyone makes more money? Because to me, our space, there is so much space for so many people. I think
Oh
we're all
yeah.
feeling this uncomfortableness right now. And so everyone's like, oh my God, what do I have to do? Do I have to start taking on new business? Do I have to make it look different? Do I need to compete against friends now? Like, I think everyone's feeling uncomfortable with AI coming and with the kind of uncertainness of our economy. Some days it feels amazing, and other days it doesn't look so great. So I
Yeah.
think,
Well said.
yeah, to me, the relationships hands down are the most important. And that's being transparent and honest. Even telling people the things they don't want to hear.
Yep.
I would rather lose a client and be like, we really aren't going to be able to help you, and put them in the right direction than take them on just to make a buck and then have it be a really poor experience for someone. Not
Yeah.
worth
I
it.
couldn't I couldn't agree more. Yeah, and I love that. The industry we work in is so interesting, and the I've been blown away by, people have a tendency to boomerang, and I think that's another aspect of why it works. It's like there's a natural, um, I think it touches on a lot of things that people enjoy, and there's a human element to it. Here we
Yes.
are talking about AI, and no doubt that is coming for everyone and everything, uh, with some exceptions. But I think like the one thing I love, and I've talked about this a lot, is that I think you and I enjoy this because there is such a human element to what we do, and it's not necessarily purely sales. It involves a lot of different pieces, and I think that, at least that's my perspective, and I think
I
that's
agree.
where we're going to do really well in this age of AI, where okay, the human element isn't going away. It could get there's going to be plenty of things that are going to get, AI-ified, if you will,
Sure.
but I believe that the human element of what we do, this conversation, the many others we're going to have in next year in Vegas in January across the industry, it's gonna be still a positive thing that we can draw from.
Absolutely. And I think more than ever, the relationships are going to be so much more important. So much more important. AI
Yeah,
can't do that, no matter what.
yeah,
AI, and that's one thing we've even said to our team, get comfortable being uncomfortable. We are going to be changing, right? So our agency is now going to be services. And we are services because we have a platform that's going to be driving the numbers for all of us, which normally we did manually. Everyone should be doing a cheer. We don't have to go in consistently and pull these spreadsheets, and you think about how many hours we've all spent on that stuff. And we've said, no, you get to do the stuff that you love most. You get to drive the relationship. You get to do the strategy and come up with these brilliant ideas to help our clients make more money and revenue and partnerships. And it's really handing off the really data crunching stuff that we've all been doing. Some of us like it better
Yeah.
than others.
Yeah.
And I think that it's okay because I think it's going to open up a world where, yes, will there be parts of our industry where jobs maybe turn into an AI situation? For sure. But I think that those are jobs that maybe we were overpaying for anyways. Maybe they were jobs that we needed part of it, but we
Yeah.
hired someone full time for it. Where now we can hire someone full time and actually give them something that they're passionate about and interested in, and they still
Yeah.
get to be in the data, and they have to make sure that, because AI is not always going to be right either,
Yep.
make sure that everything's correct and lays out properly, but you don't have to spend those hours upon hours upon hours of putting those
Yeah.
spreadsheets together.
Totally. Love that. With high energy, you guys have obviously seen so many interesting, publishers come through looking to make sense of affiliate, grow, figure things out. When we think about learnings, obviously it's a big part of the pod, but were there particular like experiments or learnings or takeaways that you've observed in working with some of the publishers out there that are notable or things that you want to share with the audience? I'd love to learn a little bit more about some of the things you've observed and some of the aha moments you've had in the learning side of things.
Yeah, I mean, it's so interesting because everything, my nephew actually said it best. He was watching and he said, being watching a call with you with high energy is like watching Shark Tank. Every call is Shark Tank. And that's really does, it is how it feels, which has made the reason why this has been fun. And I mean, it's stressful. Let's be honest. You have your own
Sure.
business. You understand. But it is so much fun to talk to these passionate people who have this brilliant idea and they've laid it all out and they haven't quite figured out, how do I make money? How do I monetize? To be able to say, oh, we've got this. Come work with us. Let's figure this out. We have everyone sign a contract, but we also, again, like I told you, if you want out, you have 30 days to get out. We're not going to trap people to make them miserable. We want to help people make money, do better, get more amazing publishers in this space, but we're certainly not there to just take somebody's money and help them sink into the ground, right? We're always going to be looking for ways. So I think, my very first client that called me was Thanks. I don't know if you've met Duran or so yeah, so he
I
called
don't
from
know if,
Australia.
yeah.
Yeah, he
uh,
thanks their post acquisition. They're a competitor of a Rocked. Beautiful. They do a phenomenal job. But he called me, and it was almost 2 years ago. I had just left PayPal and wasn't sure what I was going to do. I didn't want to just jump into a job and grab it. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit. I'm just going to sit and I'm going to figure out, can I consult? What should I do? And Duran called me. And that was my first client. And that's where I pulled Dex into. And so we started with them. They had heard about, Duran had gotten my name from a former colleague, knew about the space, was kind of on the outskirts of the space, had worked for another company in advertising, and so understood it. And so we sat down with him, and he's like, we'd love help launching in Australia. And we're like, great. Luckily, Dexter's lived in Australia before. He's helped launch companies in Australia before. So we, rolled up our sleeves, heads down, worked with his small team and our small team, and got to work and quickly saw we were able to help them immediately start doing really well in Australia. They got into all the programs and they started doing well. Then we launched with them in the US. We were like, oh God, please let this work. With them, post acquisition, very different than a dupe.com or Western Union or a PayPal or a Trashy or a Forbes vetted. But we were able to work closely together and help them for a year and a half. And they are so successful that we've helped them now hire a team. I helped get a few people in there, like externally, like a couple of our other clients. So that has been so rewarding. And then also having companies come to us that were startups that maybe hadn't sussed out what they were doing yet. We thought it was a good idea, sounded good, but they had so many cooks in the kitchen when they came to us already with a whole bunch of funding behind it, but they didn't suss out the affiliate space and they thought they understood what they were doing and they'd already kind of started before coming to us. And we knew it wasn't the right fit. We knew we couldn't help them and we knew that most likely it wasn't going to work for them either. And so we would turn things down. Like in that
Yeah.
instance, we turned down some of the clients that we would love to help everybody, but we also don't want to waste people's money and time. And I also think that when there's that many people in the kitchen and you already see that there's a situation that you're not going to be able to really control or help maintain,
Yeah.
you should be honest with them and walk
Yeah.
away from that.
I love it.
Yeah.
What was there one learning for you of 2025 that stands out, something that you really sticks with you?
Oh my God. I feel like I've had so many learnings in 2025. I think the biggest learning in 2025 is no one's the same. No client, no company is the same, right? And every single company will hit bumps. We all hit bumps, no matter what. It doesn't matter how hard you work, how hard you plan. You cannot be prepared enough for your within your own company and with all of the other partners that we have. Like everyone has their own like roadblocks. It's just going to
Oh
happen,
yeah.
and everyone has
Oh
their
yeah.
own issues. And so I think it's been more of figuring out how to pivot, how to not get panicked. That's a big thing, right? There's no need to panic. Everything's fixable. That is my dad.
Yeah.
My dad. I called him Tommy G. That was his motive. Nothing can't be solved. Nothing is
I
that
like
big of
it.
a deal that you can't fix it. And so
Yeah.
when I'm in that like going 100 million miles a minute and got
Hmm.
clients calling because something's not working or something's broken or
Hmm.
something didn't happen that was supposed to happen, you just have to like calmly remind yourself like we're not doing heart surgery, thank God. But everything can be fixed and you can fix it. And I think for me, this has been 2025 has been that. You
Yeah.
can't do everything all at once and you have to
Yep.
be okay with figuring out and pivoting.
Yeah. I love it. That's fantastic. When you think about 2026, when you think about counseling publishers around the challenge of AI, of LLMs, of generative engine optimization, AIO, the various names that are being applied to it, what's the, and obviously sounds like that's part of the, announcement and build of the platform, but how are you counseling publishers to navigate that world and make sure they're, um, protected enough and getting the exposure they need and the monetization they need in LM? Seems like the multi-million dollar question that everyone's trying to sort out, but I'm just trying to understand
Yeah.
more about, how are
Yeah,
you kind
no,
of counseling them?
I think the young entrepreneurs who are coming to us, you know, with their own startups, we don't need to counsel them. They're all in. They see the future and they are ready to take the risk, so they're taking it and we're taking it with them. And then the
Yeah,
companies that have already been doing so much for so long and have things done a certain way, we're working very closely with them. They all know that they need to get on board. Um, Everyone's a little bit nervous, right? Everyone's like, what's it going
hmm
to look like? None of us know what it's going to look like. No one knows what it's
yeah,
going to look like. And I think, but if you pay attention and are reading and watching and listening to all these podcasts that I try to do and out there, I'm not worried about if I, I'm I'm worried about AI in many ways, but I'm
hmm
not worried about AI right now in our space in the way that it's going to destroy us and none of us are going to have jobs and AI is going to take over the world. I'm not worried
yeah,
in affiliate. I think that we all need to lean in and utilize it to help make us better. We have
yeah.
to train it to
Agreed,
make us better, right? Because I think
agreed.
what you know when you start working with AI is it needs to understand you and know you. I'm glad the AI wasn't around when I was in college. I promise you that because I had to read and write and learn, and that
Yeah.
that scares me a little bit for my girls. I pray to God that they won't because they'll get caught quickly, and that makes me happy. All the professors are not. They all know exactly what's going on, but I do worry for AI in those instances with our children
Yep,
not really learning what they need to learn. But
yep,
in affiliate marketing, no, I really want to figure out how can we cut out all those time consuming things we've done for all these years that were the bane of my existence. And how
yep,
can we train AI to do it the best for us so that when
yep,
we go to our clients and we have this beautiful strategy laid out for them, we then have that spreadsheet to go with it that says, okay, this is what we've mapped out. This is what we've run through AI and this is what we figured out. And here is what your next year looks like. To me,
love
I
it.
think that's exciting. I think that is we should all be okay with it. Do I think about like the mom and pops in the affiliate world who are kind of panicked right now? Absolutely. I've had many conversations with a lot of them, and I'm like, just lean in. Don't be afraid. Don't not
Yeah.
do it. Because if you
Yeah.
don't do it, you will be left behind eventually.
Yeah.
Not
No,
immediately, but eventually.
yeah, and I think I feel very similar from your perspective. I've shared some thoughts, and I've got some more things I'm sharing recently, in the coming days about it. That I do think it can be a tool and a complement, like a lot of technologies. And just like your team, I mean, we're excited to be, investing as much as we humanly can and encouraging the training and the education and jumping in and trying, multiple tools and multiple platforms. And it's really, really the way. I've been blown away, pleasantly surprised by how fast we're moving as an organization to adopt the service side and the technology side of where this is going and the GEO challenge. And it's been really well received. It feels like we're, further along, and still have a ton of ways to go, a ton of
Yeah,
ways to
we
go.
do.
There's just so much to do, and I think it requires more of us in a way. And I think it is an awkward, challenging period, but it's like that. It was like that with mobile. It was like that with Web 1 2.0, Web
Right.
1.0, with the emergence of social. And I think that you're onto something about your willingness to lean into it, and I commend you for doing that.
And I normally would be running, but I'm like, nope, this is something you can't run from. We
Yeah,
can't run from this. This is, and I do think that it's exciting. And I also, as I get older, you have got to continue to learn. I just know that more and more and more. And I'm not going to shy away from it and say, no, I'm especially being in my company and having a tech platform, like I have to figure it out. I have to learn it. And everyone will laugh at me. And that's what I love about, I will always tell you I'm the worst person in the room with technology. And that's okay. I'm still better than most of my friends. And I am a rock
yeah,
star to them. And I'm fine
yeah,
with that. I'll take it. I'll take the
yeah,
loss to make sure that I have everyone around me that's even better than me, but I'll always learn it and I'll always
yeah.
figure it out.
I love
It's
it.
actually been fun. It's actually been a fun
Yeah,
thing to learn.
ag- agreed. And you complement each other as a team, which is amazing. Jen,
Yes.
you've dropped some awesome stuff today, and just kind of coming down the home stretch of some things. We got holidays and gifting and all that fun stuff. Is there an item that you've had recently or purchased recently where you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't live without this?
Oh my God, that's so funny that you say that because I was just telling my family not to get me anything because I don't really need anything. But because what I've realized, my sister and I do this now, we buy ourselves stuff. We don't need gifts anymore. When we want something, we get it. I did just get a new Pilates box sent to me that I really
Nice.
wanted because I love Pilates, but I can only go a couple days a week, and
It's very good.
I just got that. Um, my girls have a list a mile long. I could go all through their Christmas wish list, but um, my Pilates box was what I was really looking for, and I already bought it
I
for myself.
Wow, that's I'll have to check this out. A Pilates box. Is
Yeah,
it
it's Better Me. Better Me is the name of it, and it's got an
okay?
app, and it's
Okay.
all about like just getting yourself moving in the new year. Which I'm already
Awesome.
moving, but now I can move from home too.
That's good. It's nice to have that option.
Yep.
What's something that the audience might not know about you?
Oh Lord. Well, so many things, but I'm trying to think. Do you want me to tell you like a ridiculous story that happened to me or
Yeah, that'd be fun.
well, I in college I sang in a alternative rock band at Michigan State University.
That's awesome.
And when I played at a 12 house frat party
Oh my
and
God, love it.
it was like just insane, but I also was working at a psychiatric hospital for children. I did the night shift. So after my singing, I would then have to go and work. And I was
Wow.
changing in as I think they called it an annex of a fraternity house. And some young frat boys were up on a roof and saw my shadow and thought that I was the guy who lived in the room. And they shot a I call it an Idaho potato because I have to make it. It was a potato from one of those water balloon slingshots.
Oh my gosh.
They shot it from the roof down like a story through three glass windows, shot me in the back, and I sadly flew out of the room I was in into the hallway where a lot of people had to help me. But um, yeah,
Oh
so
my
that happened to
God.
me. I don't know that I've ever heard of anyone else who's been shot with a water balloon slingshot by a potato. Have you heard of anyone?
No, one of one. That's I feel terrible that happened to you, but
No, it was
now that
so
you're
long
okay,
ago.
we can laugh about it.
It was so long ago. I think
Whoa,
it's hysterical. It's one of my claims to fame. I don't,
that's
I'm
amazing.
when people find out, they're like, "You're lying." I'm like, "I wish I were. I wish I were."
I what my favorite part is that you were a singer, a vocalist in an alt rock band.
Yeah,
That's the best part.
it was very fun. My brother-in-law was in the band with me for the last few years in college, and he's trying to get a reunion going, a 30th reunion. He even is on he goes on this local news like radio show and keeps telling everyone we're coming. And I'm like, you've got to stop. We are not prepared for this.
Oh my God, this is amazing. We need to talk. We have a whole separate episode on music and get into
Oh
the
yeah, I would love
any
to do that.
musical influences for your band back then.
Well, it was all, yeah, it was a lot of like Natalie Merchant, B-52s. We were a
Nice,
cover band. We were a cover band. I
nice,
did a lot of
love it.
Edie, oh God, I did, all of Joan Jett. I did all of it.
Nice. That's so
Cranberries.
cool.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was fun.
cranberries. Wow. So
Yep.
you are you a really good
I'm a
vocalist? You can
vocalist. I
sing?
used to be. I used to be a very good vocalist. It's been a long time.
Wow.
Um, it's on my
Amazing.
list of things to get back into. Now that my girls are off to college, it's on my list, and I will go and start doing voice lessons again at some point. I'm just a little too busy right now.
Yeah, you have a lot of responsibilities.
A little bit.
Amazing.
I mean, I would love to do that because that's not to me. That's not work. I love
Yeah,
singing. It's a good
yeah.
time. But yeah,
That's so
I hope
cool.
if you find out anyone else who got hit by a potato with a slingshot, I really hope you'll introduce them to me.
I will definitely do that. I hope the culprit was nabbed at some point
It was a lockdown.
and
It was a full
reprimanded.
lockdown. It was a full lockdown until 6 in the morning until there were three of them, and they did come forward and they sent me lots of
Okay,
flowers, and they
good.
felt horrible, and they obviously did not know it was me. So
Okay,
it was
good.
not on. It was just it was a
Uh,
2 a.m. great
justice
idea.
was served. Yeah,
Just
not yeah, yeah, yeah. The things that, after midnight. What an amazing story. I want to hear more about the alt rock. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. I'm so glad we finally did it. And you guys have
yes,
some cool stuff dropping. So where can people kind of, watch the
yeah.
space that this is going to drop at so you can drop your new
I will tell
announcements?
you. Yeah. So it's going to be our new name is highenergy.ai. Even if you go now, you can see the
Okay,
site.
cool.
We're doing a few tweaks on it right now, but that'll be launching. We've got all of our updated pricing for our high energy AI platform,
Great.
and yeah, and we'll continue to. A lot of our clients are on there. We've got a lot more that we still have to add and put in there, which
Yep.
is great. But yeah, no, we're super excited, and I will make sure to post something as soon as we do launch for the agencies as well. I'd love to talk with you, Ty, too. It's been very, very good feedback getting a lot of
Good.
the agencies to like get on the platform and really share with us what they want, what they're looking for.
Well, lots to talk about. Jen, always a pleasure. Have an
Same,
amazing
and good luck with the
Thanksgiving.
baby. I'm so excited for you. Maybe you'll
Thank
have
you.
a Thanksgiving baby.
You never know. Maybe we're
Well, good
ready.
luck. I'm excited. Good luck for your wife,
I'll
and I'll
keep
be
you
thinking about
posted.
you.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Jen.
Thanks for having me. Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
All right.
Happy
Bye bye.
Thanksgiving.